Welcome back to the Prez Collaboration. I'm the Business Prez, and today we're looking into the daily trend. Let's have a look. Looking at Bitcoin, bringing up the chart we had yesterday, you can see we had the daily close right on the EMA. So, I wonder if that line is going to hold support where we bounced straight off it. It didn't really do that, hey? So I'm wondering if we come under it and create a bottom pattern and then flip back over it with the help of the 50 moving average. So as you can see, we had a red day yesterday, but hasn't really broken the trend just yet. It's still on top of previous high. And it's coming down ever so slowly to the neutral zone. But it still hasn't told us where it wants to go yet. We're zooming into the 4 hour. You can see that this potential head and shoulders may or may not be setting itself up. It's not the prettiest looking one. Where are we going to draw this neckline? Maybe along there. Okay, so let's get rid of that fib. And all these ones, let's make it look a bit easier. Simplify things. Price action. The high didn't really continue out, kind of bottomed out. This W just kind of ended up being that channel that comes down again. We've seen kind of here that W just channeled into support. Might be something like that. Like I said, Bitcoin's not really telling us what it wants to do yet. But if it prints some hammer candles like this, could be seeing something. Looking at the RSI, it's on the 40 there. Usually this is where it picks up for support. But again, after such a long run up, I guess this was a pretty big pullback. I don't know. I'm just waiting for it. It just doesn't feel like it should continue without the pullback. Then again, you look at this candle. It's a huge volume candle and it's green. But it's only because that candle closed green, you know. What do? We come down to the low. It's interesting. Not really showing too much there. You know, there's no divergence. It's just trending sideways, So, well, Bitcoin's just trending sideways. No doubt all these altcoins are going to be exploding. One of the most explosive altcoins so far is Cardano. Oh my goodness. Look at this move that it's done. It is insane. Well, this is the previous bull run back here. Alright, we can identify that. And then we had the quick sell-off into the massive bear market. We only really had one relief rally where we just sold off to find our bottom. The reason why Cardano looks so bad is because it joined the party late. It literally got here at the end. So it had its pump. It had its 3 waves. Look, 1, 2, 3, and then just a massive sell-off. Massive sell-off. Never to be seen again until now. Oh my goodness. So we were looking at this the other day. It was kind of like ETH, but ADA is its own beast. You can see this is probably the most key level where it was a resistance. We're fighting over support and we couldn't really break out much higher until we come down and tested it here. And then after the sell-off, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at these wicks. We sold off massively in like 3 days and did this huge bounce all the way up, and we kind of held. ADA was one of the strongest holding coins this whole time. And you see the setup is very similar to everything else, but the percentage lost was not there. Like, yeah, 60%, but everything else is close to 80%, especially in altcoins. But yeah, like you see Cardano, it follows the patterns of the rest of the market, the rest of the altcoins, especially the large cap. But you can see it's got strength. It didn't really spend much time down here. There was no divergence. There was no clear signals that, you know, it was going to get snapped up the way it did. Unless you take the sell-off, you know, like most things did not get supported. They just come crashing through. At about here, they just come crashing through to make another low before eventually doing this one. Cardano didn't. And it pumped straight to all-time high, had a quick little pullback, 3-candle reversal pattern, and then continued. 3-candle continuation, sorry. Then continued. It's huge gains from the bottom. From the bottom. I mean, we pumped 200%. And now starting to see some warning signs. That's all it is, warning signs, which is why I wanted to bring it up to everyone's attention, because yeah, it's pumping and everything, but the psychology kind of tricks us a bit. Well, it tricked me when I was first getting into it. Like, yeah, chase the pumps, but that doesn't really work, because as soon as you buy it, it goes down. So like, what do? You've got to kind of be positioned. And what I've learned to do is take positions out of a pump like this and put it into something that hasn't quite pumped yet. Pretty sure I was saying this on a previous video. But we won't go too much into that, because what I want to show is the potential of us topping out just briefly before continuing. Because in Elliott waves, you've got 1, 2, 3 big impulses, but in between you've got pullbacks as well. And I'm not really treating this one like a serious pullback, just not. It just doesn't feel like one to me. But if we look at the RSI, this little hump here was the biggest hump on the RSI, right? And then after that, what do we get? We're getting the bearish divergence, all right? We're coming down while price is still going up, and price only just here failed to close a higher high. So that's telling me that this divergence might actually play out. Now, if you watch my videos on the indicators and momentum, you'll know that I'm watching the RSI from the middle, from the dead center. Okay? Because when we hit it and come down, it's quite bearish. But when we're over it, being supported and coming up, even just a little bit, it's bullish. So what we're looking at is not necessarily bearish momentum, but the bullish momentum is running out. We're cooling off and we're coming back to find support. And we're nearly there. We're nearly there, but usually when RSI is up here, we see straight up vertical. And when it's coming down, it's just sideways. It's only when it breaks the 50 and comes down into areas like this that we see like bearish price action. So this is just something to consider. You know, we could argue that we're just making a pattern on the RSI. And that's the thing, we can watch this too. And if we break down, bearish. If we break up, bullish. You know, the MACD is the confirmation one, and what we're seeing is we're seeing a sell signal. So I am taking this pretty seriously. A lot of my hodl positions are being sold and moved into others that haven't pumped yet, like Polkadot. Polkadot might just, it's looking like it wants to make a move right now. See, it's had its pullback. We might be having its continuation. As you can see, not even at the high yet, let alone breaking out like ADA did. You know, so this is Trading View, and this is the Jupiter pendulum. Shout out to the chartist. is in the resources, which is in the website. Links are in the description. So we've got Bitcoin. Find it's yeah, it's just chilling. It's just chilling. Like I said, we want to flip this red line from the pendulum. We want to find some support, and we will here by this green box. You know, and this is supported by the RSI. You know, like falling off. Now we're making lower lows as well. You know, this will probably continue. We'll find some kind of reversal at about here. That's all I'm keeping my eyes on. And then that will run up here, we'll regain the 50, and we should take off for the next leg. That's all I'm keeping my eyes on. Like I said the other day, I'm already in, and I'm only looking to take partial profits, not full profits at this stage of the bull run. That target's at the end of the year, or if something else happens, you know, we need to be able to adjust. But I'm not fully out of Cardano anyway, like, just taking partial profits, taking a little swing. So if we look at it here, it does look quite high. And even for it to come back to support, you know, it's nearly 20%, and you can nearly, like, why wouldn't it, if you know what I mean? But, you know, it's making this triangle pattern. It might break out, it might continue, who knows? So let's zoom in a bit. Hey, what do we see? Okay, well, let's get rid of the RSI for a bit. Let's look at the pendulum. Yeah, I mean, we're just trending up. Trending up, we're losing momentum. We're here on the 50. If we fall down towards this red line, we will see that pullback. See that pullback to this area. And that's 20%. That's 20% before we continue, you know? So, like, this is an opportunity where you can, like, it's easier said than done, but you can move funds around. You can take profits, put them into something that hasn't pumped yet. Not telling you to do it. It's hard, but yeah, it makes sense logically. And then, of course, we're going to look at ADA in the Bitcoin pair. Wow. Wow, there's ADA BTC. Oh, that's the 4 hour. That's why it looks so. Yeah, wow. Okay, alright. So we can see that we're at some key levels already. This previous top was the middle of the range, and we broke out. So if we pull back, that's probably where we'll come to, you know, retest and then continue, you know, because no doubt we'll see the break of the all-time high. But like I said, Cardano had its late entry, so would have had its own run, risk-free, like profits are being taken. Where's the next buy? Where's the next buy? Oh, look at this coin that just come out. It's supposed to be an Ethereum killer, rah, rah, rah. There's a lot of narratives around it. It's good. It's a great coin. You can do a lot with it. Yeah, you see this big kind of zone. We flipped it. So I'm calling continuation. But yeah, short term we could definitely have a pullback. Short term definitely have a pullback, and that's what I'm looking at all around the market. I reckon, you know, we're kind of overdue for a pullback, but then again, we might not be. You know, as soon as XRP finds a bottom, it just wants to wants to pump. You know, so I don't know. Let's just keep an eye on things. That's all. Another interesting thing I do want to point out is that overall the market sentiment is bullish. You know, I watch the Federal Reserve because they pump trillions of dollars into the market each day. And here's where you can see it on their website. And look at this. Monday. Okay, Monday. Over $1 trillion. Okay, and this is when they want it back. Okay, the week before, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. $1 trillion each and every time. And when they're pumping, the market pumps, and when they're not pumping, the market kind of dumps, if you know what I mean. So that's why I'm watching them. But I wanted to point out this cheeky bugger seems to be breaking out. Look at that. That is a daily breakout on Tesla. So Tesla, mate, Tesla's going to be part of the future in one way or another, you know. Should have picked a different name. He doesn't deserve that name, but yeah. just thought I wanted to show you that. Bitcoin dominance, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, see, this is falling away. When Bitcoin's gaining in dominance, it's gaining in strength, it's sucking the money from the market. Okay, people who take their profits, not into dollars or rupees or whatever fiat currency is going down the drain at the moment, they're taking their profits into Bitcoin. So if you can wrap your head around that, then you can start to work on your wealth. Am I doing that? Not fully, not yet, because the way I see it, we're going to bottom out 90% anyway. That's when I'll put my money in Bitcoin. Bitcoin will move first, and then it'll give the rest of the market the green light, and we'll be doing it all again in 4 years' time. So, I mean, yeah, you got to kind of make up your own mind with these things. But we're seeing a continuation here. This last one was a massive altcoin season. And if we're going to see that again, I mean, we're already seeing it. Ethereum, Cardano, Luna. Some ridiculous pumps going on right now. And yeah, with the Bitcoin dominance less than 30%, Bitcoin can still gain in value. Like, it's nearly got $1 trillion market cap in USD at the moment. It can get to 2 trillion and still lose its dominance. It just means the rest of the market's going to outpace. And looking at this chart, it's what I expect to happen. Okay? So looking at the Dixie, looks like we're falling through that 50 moving average, and if we do see a roll over here, I'd be chuffed, because that's a confirmation. You know, that is a confirmation people are getting out of the dollar into assets. You know, but obviously if we can continue up like we have been, yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for today. Thought I'd leave it there. Cardano's looking a bit toppy, but no doubt there'll be buyers, but they'll just be buying at a good price, you know. Where's the demand? The demand's always at support, you know. So are we going to get it there again? Probably not. But I'm looking at these tops here and the previous top of this W pattern. Oh, look at that. Here's one I prepared earlier, if you know what I mean. This W pattern, you know, yeah, we can probably make the case that we might come back here too. You know? Which is more likely, which is more probable, you know? Well, that's where your money is. So if you can bet on the swings, then bet on the swings. Come over to Bybit, KuCoin, and bet on some swings with leverage. You know, you can use your tethers. You can buy tether, or you can come in with your Bitcoin, your XRP, and your Ethereum and trade on the perpetual. So, hey, look at that. Yep, I mean, that's what I woke up to today. This big pump and then dump, and then it looks like Ethereum wants to continue. So there to there, it's battled over the 618. That's a great entry, and look at that support line right on the 50. You know what I mean? This is on the hourly chart, you know. So if we're trading with leverage, that's an entry. Even to the top to your resistance, that's 3% in an hour. Oh, 3%. But with the 10x leverage, that could become 30%. You know what I mean? So, look, this is what's out there. Obviously, that's a bit more advanced. I'm not all in on that because I'm in on the daily trend. The majority of my money is in the daily trend, so that's what I want to watch. Okay? If I'm seeing tops, then I probably want to make some moves. Alright, that's all I'm saying. Thanks for watching. I'm Business Prez. I'll be back on the next one. Thank you all for watching. Bye.